Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far, and I hope the weather is warmer by you than it is here by me. I'm in northern Illinois, a southwest suburb of Chicago, and y'all, it has been chilly. The weather earlier this week was in the single digits and even in the negative digits. It did warm up a little bit and it got into about the teens, and now today we are in for a massive warm up with a high of 44 degrees, which is just, it feels like summer weather today compared to the rest of the week. So I'm hoping to get outside at least for a little bit, maybe take a little bit of a walk or a little bit of stroll around the block just to enjoy some of the warmer weather. You know, I was thinking about it yesterday, and I'm like, it's the end of February already. Like, I know February is the shortest month of the year, but it has just flown by. It felt like January took absolutely forever, and now February just flew right by us. And so we are actually getting ready for spring here in northern Illinois. Spring usually comes about mid to late March, early April for us. It really just depends on the year. My daughter's birthday, the twins' birthday is at the end of March, and sometimes the weather for their birthday is absolutely beautiful, and sometimes it is crap. It just depends on the year. So we'll have to wait and see how things go. But for right now, today is supposed to be beautiful, so I'm gonna try and see if I can't get outside at least for a minute or two to enjoy it a little bit. Today we're going to be working on our Norfolk Wild Meadow project. This is a block of the month project from Annie's Kit Club? Annie's Kit Club that we're going to be working on. I joined this one as something I've never done before because I wanted to try and compare it a little bit to cotton cuts and see what the differences between them are. And, you know, kind of be a little bit of a guinea pig for you guys if you guys wanted to maybe consider joining this. I see a ton of advertisements for this particular company, so I really wanted to kind of give them a little bit of a trial run for you folks in case you wanted to join it yourself. I have joined one of their block of the month programs. Each block of the month program that they run is a little bit different and is very limited. There's only a certain amount of people that can get into it. I was lucky enough to be able to do that. This one is a 10-month program, so each month I'll get more fabric that I have to cut myself, which is one of the differences between this and cotton cuts. And then I also have to put the blocks together. Now the blocks, because I have to cut all the pieces myself, the blocks can be a little bit more challenging, especially when it comes to half square triangles and things like that. So there is some additional labor and some additional time and energy that goes into these particular blocks. But at the same time, we already know what we're making because we know exactly what this particular quilt is going to be making for us. So that takes a little bit of the fun out of it from the cotton cuts PMQs, but it also does a little bit for our anxiety levels as well because we know exactly what we're paying for and exactly what we're making. So there's a plus and minus to both sides. Ooh, sounds like the dogs are barking. They must have seen somebody, so I apologize for that. Mr. Wizard is not here this morning. He is off with to a model show, so I am dealing with the dogs on my own, and it's a little bit of a challenge when you're on the camera trying to deal with them. I'm going to yell at them for just a second. Addison, be quiet, please. That's my big dog, but the big white one, Addison. So anyway, so that is what we're going to be working on today. We are on block number 2, so we're not very far in. We're only on block number 2. But I will show you guys exactly what that block looks like. You can kind of see it already here on the camera, but I am really excited. I'm actually having a lot of fun with this one. Like I said, it's a lot more work than a cotton cuts project, and it is a little bit more money, but we're getting a whole lot of extra scrap fabric to go along with it. So, and I think that's kind of where the price point is a little bit different because we are getting a lot, and I mean a lot of scrap fabric to go along with it. In fact, I've been using a lot of my scrap fabrics for our block party videos. If you guys have been joining us for those, you will see that I've been using a lot of the scrap fabrics for those. So so that's just another little plus and minus difference that we're working with so far. But this fabric line, if you guys are interested in this fabric line, it is a standard fabric line. You can get it anywhere. It is made by Moda. It is called Wild Meadow. And I gotta tell you, so far the pieces that we have been working with, the fabric is absolutely beautiful. So if you like the fabric, Go check it out at any one of your local quilt stores. You should be able to find it there. Now, the pattern itself that we're working on, I don't know what the actual name of it is with regards to where it's available. I only know it's available here from Annie's Quilt Kits, Annie's Club, and it's called Norfolk, Norfolk Wild Meadow. So that's what it's called. My guess is they'll probably make the full pattern available to everyone later on after we have gone through our Block of the Month program. Is going to be my guess, but I don't really know because again I'm kind of new to this. But I will definitely let you guys know about that. I always start out these videos with a lot of chatting and a lot of telling you guys what's going on and filling you in on some things, and just because there's just so much fun happening. So let me take a quick sip of my drink. I cheated today. I went ahead and grabbed a can of soda this morning to give me some caffeine and to get me woken up. Because like I said, Mr. Wizard is not here this morning, so there was no coffee made when I got up this morning, so he spoils me. So there was no coffee this morning, so I just grabbed a can of soda. So let me take a quick sip of this. We'll hop into chat. We'll say hello to everybody there, and then we're going to go ahead and get started on this. And I'll let you guys know exactly what I've done kind of off camera to move things along a little bit more than before. So give me just a second here. All right. Okay, let me hop into chat and say hello to everybody there in chat. I can see we already have quite a few people there already, so thank you so much to everybody for joining, but I promise I will get to you here in just a second. I know Brat46 was the very first person in chat this morning, so Brat46, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for almost always being the first person in chat, and sometimes by hours. Like, I am so honored by your dedication to this channel and how much you participate in the channel, and I'm just so honored by that. So thank you so much for that. Linda Denton was the second person in chat, and between her and Brat46, they're usually kind of neck and neck as to who gets in there first. So Linda, same to you. Thank you again so much for your dedication to this channel, for hanging out with me every week, every video that we have. So I really, truly appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Teresa Lynch is also here this morning. Good morning, Teresa. Thank you so much. Her and I have been chatting back and forth through email about the block party. She's having so much fun with it, and I'm just so excited to see that. I'm so happy that she's having such a great time with it. So I truly enjoy her emails. I apologize that I don't always get to answer them right away, but I do get them. I do read them. I just don't get a chance to necessarily respond to them right away, but I do see them. So thank you for that. And that goes for anyone that emails me. I try to get to every single email that I receive. As it is a YouTube channel, you get a lot of crap. You get a lot of junk emails. And so it takes me sometimes a hot minute to respond back to the nice ones and the good ones. So I do apologize for that. Please be patient with me if you have sent me an email. I promise I will get back to you soon. I promise. Kathy is here this morning. Good morning, Kathy. Thank you so much for joining us today. Kathy is one of our moderators. I did see that all three of our moderators are in chat today. So if you guys have any questions about anything, you can obviously ask them right in chat or tag them. And if you need to as well, you can also tag me. I'm happy to answer as well. Let's see. Brat46 was asking this morning about becoming a moderator on a channel, and Brat, it really depends upon. I can answer that hopefully help you answer that question. Some of it depends upon the person, the host of the channel, whoever's doing the hosting. Sometimes it's, they choose moderators based on family and friends. Sometimes they have a really big channel, things like that. It really just comes down to engagement. The moderator is making sure that people are engaging in the channel, they're staying open in chat, they're staying entertained, that they're kind of monitoring things to make sure that everything is staying within the rules and regulations, not only of YouTube but of the channel itself, because some people have different rules in chat and things like that. So that's really all that a moderator does, and they just try to kind of monitor that and make sure that things are happening, but they're also engaging with everybody else there. So I think you're doing a great job just the way you are. You're not an official moderator to any capacity on this particular channel, but I think you're doing a great job so far. And right now I don't really need any more moderators. I think the 3 is probably good for right now for this channel, but I'm sure that there are other channels out there that are looking for them. So I'm sure you will do just fine. So just keep doing what you're doing. you're doing a great job with it so far. Anyway, Joyce Hernandez is also in chat. Joyce, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. And I did see, ladies and gentlemen, that Lucas is in the house. Morning, Lucas. I hope you are well. I hope you're having a fantastic week, bud. Can't wait to hear more about it from you in just a few minutes. Let's see. Let me scroll through chat. Good morning, Sylvia. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. I hope the weather by you is fantastic as well. Terry, good morning. Hi, Terry. It's so great to see you. I didn't see any pink hands. Did I miss the pink hands? Usually Terry waves into chat with pink hands, and I don't think I saw any. But that's okay. That's no problem. You know, but either way, good morning. Welcome to the channel. Terry is also one of our moderators. Both of my moderators, Terry and Kathy, have their own channels as well. So please, if you haven't already, please go over there and give them a sub for me. I'd really appreciate it. You can do !Terry or !Kathy in chat, and it will give you links to their channels as well. So please go over there, give them a quick sub, then come back and hang out with us. And I promise you won't miss anything. Let's see. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Hi, Patty. Good morning. She says hello. Hello, Patty. It's so great to see you. Thanks so much for being here this morning. I really appreciate that. Agnes is here as well. Hi, Agnes. It is so great to see you. Agnes is one of our members. We do have memberships set up here on this channel where I give you some extra perks. And actually, you guys might see it right here. Maybe you spotted it. Maybe you little eye spies already spotted it. But there's a blue box from Missouri Star Quilt Company right here. Or, I'm sorry, Fat Quarter Shop right here. And that is going to be a members only project. So you guys are going to need to keep an eye out for that. So if you are a member, keep an eye out on the channel because we're going to be starting a members only project. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you're not already a member, maybe consider joining. The least expensive option I think is $2.99. And that gets you into our Scrap Busters Club, and it'll also get you access to this new project, which I can't tell you about unless you're a member. So you guys keep an eye out for that. We're going to be starting that one here up soon. That's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, let's see what else I've got here going on. Let's see. Hi, Teresa. I said hi to Teresa already. Agnes, of course, she's here as well. I'm just scrolling through, guys. Sorry, there's so many people in chat this morning. It's awesome. Hi, Brenda. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Brenda reached out to me on Facebook yesterday about the misprint that she has in her Quilt Maker's book. She reached out to me about it this morning, and her and I were chatting back and forth. So I think we've got it figured out now, Brenda. I did send you another message this morning. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you last night. By the time I finally got home, it was pretty late, and I didn't want to bother you. So I waited until this morning to respond to that. So I do apologize that it took me a little bit. But hopefully I've answered that question for you. If not, reach out to me again. We're happy to get to it. Kathy was talking to Brad 46 about being the moderator on a channel. That's awesome. Thanks so much for that. Joyce, I do apologize, but I am not going to be able to pronounce that last word. I wouldn't even know how. So I'm just going to say, good morning, Joyce. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I'm not even going to try. I don't want to offend you by trying, but welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Let's see. She's saying hello to everybody. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. Just kind of going through here. Let's see. Oh, there's Terry's pink hands. Hi, Terry. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. There's her pink hands. I always look forward to the pink hands. Yes, Terry was showing off some of the different icon or emojis that you can get from being a member. Right now, I've only got the 2 in there, but I promise I am working on some more, so hopefully there'll be some more fun there. But for right now, you only got the 2. We'll be adding some more. Could you put the link in to join your group? Joyce, I'd be happy to. Which group are you referring to, sweetheart? Are you talking about our Facebook group, or are you talking about the group here, the members only in YouTube? If you're talking about the members only in YouTube, it's actually in chat. There's a button there in chat that's got a $sign on it with a square around it. That is for, that's for super stickers. There's another button somewhere on the screen, and it depends on what screen you're looking at, but there should be one there that says join. And that's the one you want to look for. That one will actually get you a membership. Now, there is a monthly fee for that. So as a member, there is a monthly fee to join this new project here. There is a little bit of a monthly fee. I think the least expensive option is $2.99. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. So it's not super expensive, but it just gives a little bit of money back to the channel so that we can afford projects like this. And that's exactly how this one was purchased, is through the money that has been raised from this channel so far. So I'm really excited about it, and that's why this one's going to be a members only project, because they're the ones that paid for it, really. So I wanted to try and give that to them. Now, that does not mean that I'm going to charge anything ever for this channel. We are always going to be doing free projects here on the channel, but I do want to give them a extra special thank you, so that's why that's there. But there should be a button somewhere on your screen. It's usually down here somewhere. There's usually a button that says join somewhere, or maybe it's in chat, but you should be able to find it somewhere. If you can't find it in any one of those places, go back to our channel page where we have all of our videos listed, and there's one up there at the top that does say membership or join or things like that. It just depends on how you're watching, if you're watching on your phone or a tablet or the computer. It just depends. But if that's what you're looking for, it's there somewhere. It is there somewhere. Brad46 says she's never volunteered as a mod. Oh, okay. Terry says, fun stuff. I look forward to the members only mystery project. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Hi, Dawn. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. Lori, good morning. Lori Clark stopped in. She says, good morning. Morning, Lori. So great to see you. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far. Yes, the members, Joyce. Yes, it's there somewhere. It's somewhere. Below the video, see... no, thank you, Terry. She says, below the video, it says, see perks, and you can go there to see the perks. There you go. Thank you very much for that. Excuse me. Dawn does give some instructions on that as well, so thank you guys so much for helping her find that. I really appreciate it. Naomi, good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. Shakes fisted apple. That's funny. Joyce says, I'm on my phone and I looked everywhere. Well, let me see if I can find it, because I'm on my phone too. So let me see if I can find it. Give me 10 seconds here. Okay. On my phone, and of course you guys can't see this, but on my phone, all the way down at the bottom where I'm typing in my chat, there's a button down there that's got a $sign inside of a box. If you click on that, and then there's one that says membership, click on that. And then it'll bring you into the different options, and then that's where you can actually click the button that says join. So if it's the same, now I've got an Android through the YouTube app, so maybe it's a little different on iPhone, but that's where it's at for the Android. Maybe that'll help. Brenda Foley says you have to minimize chat to see the button. Well, there you go. So see, everybody's helping out. I love this. Thank you so much for all of that. You guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I think I've caught up on chat. Oh, hi, Gladys. I'm so sorry that I missed you. She says I'm leaving. Well, Gladys, I thank you so much for hanging out. I thought I saw your name, and then the screen kind of did this weird thing, and so I apologize if I missed you earlier. But good morning. Welcome back to the channel. If you're leaving, I apologize for that. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I hope to see you soon. Gladys joins Kathy a lot on Kathy's channel. She does a lot of Zoom calls on Kathy's channel, so make sure if you want to check out Gladys, you can check her out on Kathy's channel. And I think she also has her own channel as well, so make sure you head over there and give her a sub and a like also. Alright, I think I've gotten through everybody in chat. The chat, sometimes it goes so fast that I miss things, and I truly apologize for that. If I did miss you, please make sure you say hello to me again. This time I want you to tag me in it. You can do that by using the @ symbol. That's the A with the circle around it. And then type in "so not an expert." And what that does is it highlights it on the screen for me so I can't miss it. So I hate it when I miss people, and I know that I do it, and I try really hard not to. But there's a lot that happens. There's a lot that goes on in there, and sometimes I just can't seem to find it. She says she can't hear on her phone even with her hearing aids. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Gladys. Sorry, just checking in chat. I thought I saw a message from somebody. I wanted to make sure I grabbed it. Let's see. Hi Judy, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us today. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me flip over to the Zoom camera so you guys can see what I see. I tried to mess with the colors a little bit this morning off camera. I tried to mess with the cameras a little bit, so I think the colors are a little bit better. I mean, obviously this one's kind of weird, but I think the colors might be a little bit better for us to be able to see them. There's still a little bit of a glare on some of the pieces, but that's okay. You should be able to at least see them a little bit better. So these are the pieces that we're working with today, and this is the block that we're going to be making. It looks kind of like a thimble, and we're going to be making 6 of those. Now I've done, as you can see, I've already done a little bit of work off camera in that I've already made these half square triangles and trimmed them down. That seems to be the biggest time consuming part of these blocks, and so I'm going to try to do, I have the hiccups now. I'm going to try to do that a little bit off camera before we come back to make the blocks. So then hopefully we can actually get some blocks done while we're on these live streams. Now, the plan with this particular project, and I'm going to tell you guys right off the bat. The plan with this particular project is whatever we don't finish today, if it's still quite a bit that we have left to finish, like the last time when we came together, I ended up spending another couple more hours putting that one together. So what I'm going to do instead is, I hate doing stuff like that off camera because I feel like you guys miss out on that. So here's what we're going to do. When I plan these, I'm going to go ahead and plan them so that they run on a Sunday. We're going to start them on a Sunday, and whatever we don't finish on Sunday, we're going to do another live stream the next Monday. So tomorrow, we're going to finish. Tomorrow evening, we'll finish whatever we don't finish today, if we need to. And I'll let you guys know more towards the end of the stream if we do have to do that or don't have to do that. But then this way, you guys can be more along for the journey, and I'm not doing as much off camera. And that way, we can all be together in on this and watch it come together. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be making 6 of these. I've already put together my half square triangles, and the next step that we're going to be working with is we're going to be working a little bit more with these half square triangles, and that we're going to be adding this C fabric to this piece here. We're going to be adding it to the corner here. Now, it did tell me to draw a line, so again, you guys probably, oh, I guess you can see that on the camera. I've drawn a line on all of these, so we're going to attach these to this one, and this piece is going to be this top section here, these 2 pieces here. So basically the top and bottom of the thimble, we'll go with that. Dawn says, lovely idea. Oh, well, good. I'm glad that you like that. All right. Let me flip over my presser foot. Whenever I'm doing the sewing on a diagonal like this, I like to use my clear 1/4 inch presser foot as opposed to my guided one, because then that way it doesn't grab the fabric for me. The fabric doesn't get caught on it. So let me go ahead and flip this over. Put this mouse away because I don't need that for a little while. Alright, so we're going to be taking these half square triangles. We've got, I think there's 8 of them. No, 4, 12. There's 12 of them here. And we're going to be adding this C fabric here to the corner, like this. We're going to be sewing on the line. And then it's going to give us like this. It's going to look like that. So that we have this like 3 stripe piece thing going on here. You can kind of see it a little bit off camera. A little bit there. So, alright, I'm going to move these over to the machine and go ahead and get started with them. Judy, I wanted to let you know that I think I've told you this once before, but I bought the Shrinky Dink paper, for lack of a better word, and I made some, but I made them just a little bit too little, and so I had to make some adjustments, and so I have another batch of them that I'm going to hopefully be making today, but they're so cool. They're so much fun. Here, let me show you guys really quickly. So the ones I made, first I made them in numbers instead of in letters, which, oops, silly me. But they're just a little bit too little. They're right here. They're just a little bit too little for what I wanted. I wanted them to be a little bit bigger. So I've got, you can see them, all the pieces in here. I got them all in here. And so I'm going to be heating those up later today to make myself some more alphabeties. That's these pieces here. They are obviously going to be thicker than these are, but I think they're going to be so much fun. I really had a lot of fun with those. Shrink eating sewing stuff is so neat. Judy says, I did that too. Yeah, I made them just a little bit. They shrunk a little bit more than I thought they were going to. So they shrunk just a little bit too much. So I went ahead and cut some more up, made them a little bit bigger, and I'm going to shrink them down again to make them hopefully a little bit closer to this. But I'm really excited about it. But I wanted to thank you again for that recommendation. It's so much fun to do. I'm reliving my youth a little bit. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, I wanted to give you an update on that. So hopefully by next week, I'll have homemade alphabeties to work with because I'm starting to run low. All right, so we're going to match up this corner here, and then we're going to sew on the line. Let me just make sure. Wrong sides. Okay. Stitch on the drawn line and trim a quarter away from the stitching line. Okay. Make 12. Okay. So let's go ahead and get these sewn up here. And you guys tell me, what are you all working on? What kind of fun projects have y'all been working on this week? Anything fun? Anything exciting? I do want to give, and I know she's not on chat. Maybe she's watching. I don't know. But I do want to give a very special shout out to Mama Joyce. Mama Joyce bought a new car yesterday. I spent the entire day with her yesterday. I went with her for moral support while she bought a brand new car. The car that she had traded in was an 8-year-old car. There was nothing wrong with it. It actually had low mileage on it and stuff. She really doesn't drive very far. But you know, she deserves a new car. Everybody, I think, deserves a new car every once in a while. So she went out and bought a brand new car. It's a Buick. So it's nice and fancy. It's got all kinds of fancy features on it. Brand new 2025. But so congratulations to her. Woohoo! New car. Yeah, and she didn't have to trade in any thimbles for it. She didn't have to trade in any thimbles. Terry, yes, you did do Clue 1 Fly Away. I saw you post pictures of it on the Con Cuts group. It's so pretty. I love that colorway. I know that my aunt has also gotten hers as well because she's doing the same flamingo colorway as you. Mama Joyce has not gotten hers yet. Not yet. Hers, she said the last time she checked, they were still working on hers. So she's not in any hurry. She's being patient and waiting. But she has not gotten hers just yet. I don't remember what colorway she said she chose. I think she said the purples. I don't remember which colorway that is. But yes, the flamingo it's K Facet, isn't it? Isn't it that the K Facet? Yeah, I don't know the name of it. I just know that it's a purple one here. But she did say that she checked online and they said they were still working on it. So, and she's fine with that. She's totally fine with that. She's gonna wait patiently. This first shipment, and for those of you who have never done Con Cuts before or you're waiting for yours, the first shipment is always takes the longest. Always takes the longest, and that's because they are shipping all of the pre-order ones. They're shipping the full boxes, and they're also shipping just the single clue ones as well. So the first shipment always takes the longest. After that, if you're a monthly subscriber to that particular project, then it goes a little bit faster. Joyce Hernandez gave a super chat for $1.99. Thank you, Joyce, so much for that. That is super nice of you. I really appreciate that. In that same section that you went to for the super chat, there is an option there for membership, if that's what you're interested. So it is in there somewhere. But thank you so much for the super chat. We really appreciate that. Every dollar that you guys give goes right back into these types of projects. So thank you for that. There should be an option in that same area that you just went to for the super chats that says memberships. If that's something you're interested in, of course. Hi, Susan. Welcome back. She says, my brother's home in Tucson, Arizona. Oh, from my brother's home in Tucson, Arizona. Well, hello, Susan. Thank you so much. You travel so much. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous of all your travels. But thank you so much for joining us from your brother's home. Hello to your brother. I hope he's well. Happy Sunday morning to you. You're probably enjoying some beautiful weather there in Arizona. I have been there once before when I was a child. I've not been there as an adult. Lori says, I'm hoping to finish the rows on my mini petal quilt. Borders tomorrow, still need to move snow. Oh my, how much snow did you end up with, Lori? All right, last one, and then we're going to go ahead and press these. So let me go ahead and turn this iron on, get that nice and hot and warm. So yesterday after Mama Joyce and I went car shopping, which is so much fun, especially when you're not the one buying the car. So much less stressful. So much less stressful. So after we went and then we had some lunch, which was also really yummy, and then we went back to her house and I helped her prep some binding for the quilt that's going to be her Halloween quilt that she's going to be getting it back in the long arm here any day. And then we also sandwiched up a winter table runner that she was working on. We worked on that as well, so lots of fun on that. Oh, QuiltCon, that's right, you were going to be staying with your brother so that you could go to QuiltCon. Oh, I am living vicariously through you, Susan. I would have loved to have gone. It wasn't going to work out. I'm hoping to get there, because it's in Raleigh next year, right? Isn't it in Raleigh, North Carolina next year? I'm hoping to be able to make it to that one. We'll have to wait and see. I got to kind of plan that out a little bit in advance. Ouch. Joyce says, didn't find it, Danny. Well, Joyce, I'm sorry about that. I wish I could help you out there. The only other thing I could say is that after the stream, go back to the channel page and see if it's on the channel page. Now, the other option for you is if you do !tip in chat. Well, no, because that won't open it up in YouTube. The memberships only is something that's in YouTube. It's not something that I can override, unfortunately. And like I can't add you as a member to it. It's something that it has to be part of the membership platform. If you go back to the channel page after the stream, if you go back to the channel page, there should be a button there somewhere that says join, and you should be able to do it that way as well. Patty G, I won one of your pin cushions on Mona's channel. So excited. Wanted one since the first time I saw it. Oh, that is awesome. That is so exciting. All right, let me grab this real quick. We need to trim off these corners here real quick, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I have an inch. So what if I did? All right, so we need to trim these off 1/4 inch real quick. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that real fast. And then we're going to need to iron these all open. Will only take a minute. Yesterday, Mama Joyce was using her rotary cutter, and I kept having to remind her to close it. It's just making me a little nervous. So Mama Joyce, if you're watching, you can see that I open it and then I close it every single time. Open, close. Oh, there you go, Terry. Terry was able to find a link for it. Thank you so much for that, Terry. That is super helpful. Lucas, if you can grab that, if that link is functional, if you could grab that and add that as a timer, that would be awesome. Or as a command and a timer, that would be amazing. That would really help save some time. So thank you. And do it as like hashtag membership or something, or exclamation point membership. That would be awesome if that works. Thank you, both of you. You guys are awesome. Terry is awesome with the links. Like, she is always on the ball when it comes to the links. She is really handy. Kathy does an amazing job of interacting with those folks in chat. She is always interacting with them, making sure they're welcome, making sure to answer any of the questions that she can. I mean, all of my moderators are amazing. Like, they truly are. I am so grateful and so lucky to have the moderators that I do. They really make my job easier. I will say that of this project, one of the big scrap pieces that we're going to end up with is all these little triangles. Because I am keeping them. As a member of the channel, you are part of the Scrap Busters Club that I created. And as part of the Scrap Busters Club, you may be getting some of these triangles to work with. At least once, sometimes twice a year, I will send out a box of scrap fabrics to our Scrap Busters Club. For just extra pieces that we had for projects that we were working on. Alright, so that's all done. So let's go ahead and, I'm going to put this over here for now. Don't have a tablet or a computer. That's okay, Joyce. You should still be able to do it on your phone. Joyce says that didn't work. Oh, darn it. Alright, let's go ahead and press these seams open. This is going to take me a minute here. Go. Oh, I need to grab. If you guys join me on my Thursday stream, then you know I'm having trouble with this shoulder. This shoulder here. It is better, even better than it was on Thursday, but it is still a little bit sore. And when I was with Mama Joyce, you guys are going to find this amusing. When I was with Mama Joyce yesterday and I was telling her about it, she says, oh, yeah, you have the 40-year-old shoulder. I thought she was being facetious. I thought she was being funny. Like, I'm like, haha, you're funny. You're really funny. And she's like, no, it's a legitimate thing. And I'm like, no, it's not. It is not a legitimate thing. Well, wait. So then I'm watching, yesterday on Netflix, I've been watching a series called Younger. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not. Really funny. Really cute, funny little series if you're interested in it. Each episode's only like 30 minutes long, so it's really nice. Nice palate cleanser for the end of the day to make you laugh a little bit. But anyway, the lead character is having problems with her shoulder. She can't move her shoulder like past here. And so she goes to the doctor, and the doctor diagnoses her with a 40-year-old shoulder. That's what he says. And I'm like, that's how my mom found it, because she's seen this show, right? So I'm like, okay, now I understand where she found it from. So anyway, I thought that was really funny. I have not gone to the doctor myself yet because it is improving. So as long as I was starting to, I mentioned on Thursday that as long as it's improving, then I'm not going to bother. But if it didn't start to improve, then I was definitely going to go. Marie, good morning. Welcome back to the chat. Thank you so much for being here today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. I'm just pressing up some pieces here. It shouldn't take me too long. I'm hoping that we can actually get these blocks done in this live stream. We'll have to wait and see. If we don't get them done, I already have plans that we will do another one tomorrow evening. If we can't get this project done. Otherwise, I may start on the membership only live stream on Monday. We'll have to wait and see. Lori, honey, make sure you put an exclamation point at the beginning of that command so that Streamlabs knows that you're trying to get an idea of how many thimbles you've got. Yes, Terry says, so it's official. Joann's was sold to a liquidation company, so they are definitely closing. Marie says, I saw Younger, also a cute show. Yes, it was. It's really cute so far. I'm just finishing up season 2, so don't spoil anything for me. And I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody else. But it is a cute little series. It's a cute little series. It's kind of nice at the end of the day to give yourself a couple of cute laughs. Netflix, I think, has like 7 seasons. It's just crazy. So that's why I'm kind of enjoying binge watching it a little bit. So I'm able to watch, 2 or 3 episodes because they're only about 30 minutes long. I'm able to watch 2 or 3 episodes a night before I go to bed. Yes, Younger on Netflix. Really cute. Really cute series. Hilary Duff is in it. She is one of the characters. She's not the main character, but she is one of the characters. Really cute series. Really cute. Sounds like Mr. Wizard might be home. Judy says she's going to go over to Joann's tomorrow and see what she can stock up on. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. There really isn't a Joann Fabrics that's close to me. There's one actually closer to my work than there is to my home here. But I don't really go in there on a regular basis for anything. I've gone in there a few times for a couple of pieces of fabric that I've needed kind of like, oh my gosh, I need them right away. So that's going to be a little disappointing that I'm not going to be able to do that. But, that's okay though, because I also did just find recently, well, probably about a year ago now, or about half a year now, that new quilt store that I keep telling you guys about that's closer to my home. So 40% off this week at Hobby Lobby. It seems like they're always having a sale, aren't they? The 2 quilt shops you have are Fred Meyer and Joann's. Oh. For the Joann workers. Absolutely, Dawn. 100%. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I do too. I really do. There's some ladies in there that have always been so helpful. Seems like, especially back in the fabric section where you have to get fabric cut, they are just always so helpful. So kind and so helpful. So yeah, I do feel bad for them. Hopefully they're going to be able to find something else. Dawn, I meant to ask you, and I think I asked you last time, but maybe you had already popped off. How is your healing going? Your ankle, foot, sorry. I know it's down there. Down by the floor. Ankle, heel, which I can't remember which it is. I apologize now, but how is it healing? How are you feeling? Is everything going okay with that? Yeah, it sounds like Mr. Wizard might be back from his toy show. Terry says, the only fabric store here is Hobby Lobby, and they just opened last year. They're 30 minutes away. The Joann Fabrics is about 30 minutes from me. Yeah, and the other quilt store that I was telling you guys I used to go to is about 30 to 45 minutes away. So I was really excited when I found the one that was closer. Ow. Hi Sandra K, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. I'm almost done here, guys. I got one more piece to iron up, and then we are on to the next step, which is basically the same process that we just did now, but it's just with a different set of blocks. But if we work fast enough, we should be able to get some of these blocks done today. We might be able to get them all done. I mean, we still got a good hour and 15 minutes of our stream left, so. We have the famous Mood Fabrics in the city, but it's too much for me to think about going there. Mood Fabrics. I can't say that I've even heard of that, Terry. What are Mood Fabrics? Sandra says, I'm cutting a layer cake and it came to me. It's Sunday. Of course. Sunday. Alright. Let me show you guys what these blocks look like. I've just been flipping them upside down, but this is what this block looks like right now. And like I said, this is the top and the bottom, so when we put them together like this, this is what they will look like as part of the thimbles. Now we just need to make the other two pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and line these all up. Yes. Go. Set those right, ooh, ouch, right here for now. And then I've got these fabrics and these fabrics here. We're going to be doing the exact same thing. We're going to be attaching. So I already drew the line on the back of them. We're going to be attaching those to the back there. And doing the exact same thing that we just did here. So let's go ahead and get those sewn up together. Ouch. Alright. So Terry was working on her flyaway. Obviously Sandra was cutting up layer cakes. Somebody else mentioned that they were finishing up on a project. What is everybody else doing? Anything fun? Anything exciting? Hi Fern, good morning. Naomi, yes, that is exactly correct. She says now is a good time to buy from small business owners on Etsy as well. That is absolutely correct. Support those local mom and pop shop businesses. Yeah. Teresa says, I wanted to sew today, but the vertigo said no. Yep, Teresa, I understand that. I've been there. I feel you. I feel for you. I understand. Vertigo is no fun. No fun at all. I don't mind shopping online for some things. I do buy a lot of my fabric online. I will say that. But usually if I'm buying fabric online, I'm only buying specific brands because I'm familiar with those brands and I know how they work and how they feel. I try to stay away from brands that I'm not familiar with, or at least not until I can get into a store and familiarize myself with them. Specifically for fabric, I like to touch it and feel it, and I'm sure that everybody else does too, but I like to touch it and kind of feel the quality of it before I start working with it, especially in projects like this. Now, if I was working on something, you know, not as something that I didn't necessarily need me to last a long time, like mug rugs or, you know, ponytails or things like that, then I'm not as concerned about the level of quality of fabric that I'm working with. But when I'm making a quilt, I want to make sure that the fabric that I'm using is a very high quality fabric. So I prefer to touch it myself. Go. So far, Marshall's fabric, I love all of it. Ooh, I can't say that I've heard of Marshall's fabric before. Is that a brand name or is that a store? I can't say that I've heard that fabric yet. I've worked with, obviously, Moda. I've worked with Robert Kaufman. I've worked with Northcott. I like the Northcott. I've worked with Timeless Treasures. Michael Miller. My 40-year-old shoulder hurts. Ouch. I've done Robert Kaufman and Robert Hoffman, 2 different types. I've worked with them both. The fabrics, not the people. Marshall's Dry Goods. Oh, gotcha. I'll have to check them out. Alright, 2 more to sew up, and then we're going to iron them up again. They have good fabric, and I've never been disappointed with any of it, and they have their name brands as well. Oh, that's really cool. I'll have to check that out. Or is it something you can get online, or is it only in stores? I can't say that I have a Marshall's Dry Goods stores out here by me. I mean, I could probably check and see. I feel like I saw somebody's name pop into chat, and I truly apologize. It scrolled too fast, and I didn't get to catch who it was. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Ooh, ouch. Wanted to make sure I said hello to them. Give me just a second here, guys. I'm just scrolling through, see if I can find the name. Fern King says she's still hand quilting for her sister's quilt. I think at this point I will never get it done. The more I sew, still not even halfway. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there before, yeah. Sylvie says she's trying to use up scraps. She's making a pillow sham out of the broken dishes quilt block. Oh, that sounds like fun. I bet that's going to be beautiful. Dawn says she's trying to figure out what's for lunch. I skipped breakfast because Mr. Wizard wasn't home. So yeah, no, I'm kind of, in the back of my brain trying to figure that one out. I love that. Love that. That's awesome. Marie says, I haven't watched Project Runway in ages. LOL. That is funny. That is really funny. Yeah, so I guess I didn't miss anybody specifically. I just missed some chat. So I apologize for that. My eyes are not always there, so I apologize for that. That's funny. She's considering what's for lunch. I love that. Love that. Alright. Alright, that was the last one that we needed to sew up. So now we're going to iron these again. 108. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, I don't normally go for the 108s because I don't mind a seam running down the back of my quilts. It doesn't bother me because my long arm does an amazing job with that. But I did recently come across a usage case where I needed to use the 108 when we were making that big purple tabletop that I've shown you guys before. When we were making that, I did want to use the 108 then, and it was a little challenging to find it. You know, it was rarely limited into. Terry, that's funny. What's for lunch? A layer cake, a jelly roll, or a honey bun? That's funny. Hi, Chloe. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. That's funny. But yeah, I was kind of surprised at the limited number of options for the 108. I was able to find what I was looking for, thank goodness, but there wasn't a whole lot to choose from. So, just trimming off that 1/4 inch edge so that I can get these ironed open, and then we'll be able to start putting the blocks together. The blocks should go together fairly quickly. The biggest trick with the blocks is going to be making sure that we have all the same fabrics together. Oh, online at Michael's. They have nothing in the stores. Got it. Got it. Yeah, Michael's, I have never had any fabric. I've never seen any fabric in the stores at Michael's. We do have a Michael's just down the road from us, which I do go to on occasion when I'm looking for crafty stuff, but I don't usually go in there for sewing stuff. I have not found that they have a whole lot with regards to sewing stuff. Although, you know, with Joann's closing, a lot of these stores might start carrying that stuff a little bit more, because Joann's was kind of the corner of the market when it came to that stuff. So, you know, Hobby Lobby and Michael's, they might start opening up, you know, sections for more sewing and quilting related items for that specific reason. Now, I'm curious to know, since Joann's is going to be liquidating, you know, they had all those name brand fabrics that were, you know, their own fabrics. I'm just kind of curious to know what happens with all that. Like, are they going to continue that? Or, you know, the liquidation company is just going to close it all up? Close up shop completely, or just the stores? Or, you know, I'm just kind of curious to see kind of what happens there. $3 a yard. Wow. Pre-cut on the cardboard. Wow. That is one of the things I will say that I was really disappointed with Joann's specifically, is their pre-cuts. Their pre-cuts were awful. They were just awful. Like, none of them were cut straight. None of them measured correctly. They were just awful. So I stopped buying the pre-cuts from Joann's. The Joann brand pre-cuts. Like, if it was a jelly roll from, you know, Moda, then it was okay. But if it was an actual Joann's pre-cut, I stopped buying those because they became too frustrating for me. I ended up having to trim all the fabrics first before I could actually work with them, which just kind of defeated the purpose of buying the pre-cuts, you know. So, all right. So here's more little triangles. I'm going to throw those over here. Those will go in the scrap Ziploc that I have over there. Put these back up here. Now we're going to go ahead and iron these open real quick. Lori Holt fat quarter bundle was 17.5 and not 18. Yep. Sometimes that's frustrating. No, Teresa, it was not just you. I didn't mind buying yardage from Joann's. That didn't bother me, but the pre-cuts, I got burned way too many times with the pre-cut stuff from Joann's, and that's how I ended up actually going to more higher quality pre-cut stuff, is because I kept getting burned with the Joann stuff. It was just so disappointing. So, yeah, no, it wasn't you. That would have been frustrating that it was only 17.5 instead of 18. Especially since there's usually a half an inch of salvage on those too. They usually give you a half an inch of salvage as well. So now you've lost another half an inch. I mean, I understand that a lot of that stuff, it's not hand cut, you know, it's machine cut, and you know, if the tolerances on the machine are off, then that's going to cause issues. I mean, I get that. You know, every once in a while getting something, you know, bad is okay. You know, I get it. You know, things happen. But with the Joann stuff, it was like every single one I bought was off somehow. Either it was skewed like this, or it was a wonky cut, or it wasn't the right sizing, and I couldn't do it anymore. I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. And that's when I started spending the extra money on different brands of pre-cuts, and I never went back. That's just, you know, that was just my experience. I mean, obviously everybody has different experiences. But I will be curious to know if maybe they sell that off to another, they sell that part of the company off to another company, or what they do with it. I'll be curious to know. Alright, so we're just going to iron these open real quick. I have been doing a lot more ironing seams open than I had in the past. Especially with blocks like this where the pieces are going to be going together, you know, like this, smaller pieces are going together. I'm finding that it actually works out a little bit better. I still like doing things to one side or the other so that they nest up really nicely. I think that works really well. But I am finding a lot of times the open seams just seem to work a little bit better. They do take an extra minute or two to iron up because, you know, you got to open them up. But I don't know. I kind of feel like it's worth it a little bit. Especially these types of blocks. The directions do give you pressing instructions on how to press them, but I've just been doing them open. Some patterns will give you pressing instructions. They'll tell you which directions to go so you don't have to think about it. If they don't, then I definitely do open seams. But since I started these off with open seams, I'll go ahead and just finish it up with open seams. Hi, baby girl. One of my puppies came in to say hi to me. Hi, baby. She's just coming in to check in on me. You guys couldn't see her, but that was Ivy. That was Ivy. She was just coming in to say hi real quick. I do have, you guys have seen it, I do have the puppy cam set up, but unfortunately I can't use the Zoom cam and the puppy cam at the same time. It's annoying. For whatever reason, it won't let me do it. So I have to do them separately. Lorelei Harris. What is that? Oh, excuse me. Has good quality fabric. She retired, so she's closing on her fabrics as well. Oh, Terry, thank you for that information. I'm glad that you're sharing that. Thank you. So I'm sure you'll get some decent deals on some fabric there. I've been trying really hard not to buy any more fabric because I have so much in my stash right now. I have so much in my stash right now. I need to go through it. But this one here, I did buy it. I did. I totally bought it because I found it. I was helping Mama Joyce and my aunt with something else, and we came across it, and it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And, you know, I wish I could share it with all of you, but I need to make sure I do something a little extra special for our members. So, sorry. Although I will probably give you guys teasers of it on our Facebook group. So if you're not already a member there, make sure you go head over there. It's completely free to join our Facebook group. But I'll probably give you guys some teasers over there of it too. But it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Joyce says, I got 2 charm packs Thursday for my birthday. Well, who gave you the charm packs, Joyce? Did you buy them for yourself for your birthday? Charm packs are fun. They're a lot of fun. And actually, the project that we're going to be making with that fabric there, we could have used a charm pack. We're going to end up using a layer cake for it, but we could have used a charm pack for it as well. Oh, your sister got it for you. Well, that was really nice of her. That was really nice of her. I have been gifted fabric, pre-cut fabrics before for Christmas and my birthday. I always put some stuff on my Amazon list. And then my family, we share our Amazon list with each other for Christmas gifts and our birthday gifts and things like that. So there's always some on my Amazon list. And then when I get them, like Mama Joyce got me a jelly roll for Christmas. It's absolutely gorgeous. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it yet. But it's in here. Yeah, it's up here. It's in that one. Eventually it will be on display. I think I've told you guys this before, and I just haven't done anything with it because I'm still kind of mulling things over in my head. But I'm going to end up moving this cabinet off camera because I've got some new stuff, some new display pieces and things like that to kind of display some of the quilts that we're making, and also some of our pre-cut fabrics and stuff. So we'll be doing some different stuff there with that soon enough. But don't you worry, the purple is not going away. The purple is going to remain. I'm actually going to be doing something different with the purple up against this green wall, because you guys know lime green and purple are my two favorite colors. Terry says, I love charm packs. I have to say I probably collect them instead of use them, and I'm okay with that. LOL. Do you always buy 2 at a time? I do that. Whenever I buy a charm pack, whenever I find a charm pack that I like, I always buy 2 at a time, because it seems like every project you make, you need at least 2. So I always buy at least 2, sometimes 4. Just depends on the price tag. With layer cakes, I can get away with 1, because usually you only need 1 or 2. But I usually end up buying 2 anyway. But with charm packs, I usually buy 2 or 4 of those. Okay, so here we go, guys. This is the second piece that we made. You can see just that little corner there. So now we're going to go ahead and put the blocks together. So let's go ahead and lay that out. Move these off to the side. I don't need them right now. I'm going to need to flip over this because there's no more diagonal sewing. Now it's going to be straight stitch sewing with my 1/4 inch presser foot. So I'm going to grab that, put that on there. Ouch. Back in here. Ouch with the shoulder again. All right, so now we are on to actually putting the blocks together. And it's going to be super easy to do, and then really we don't need the instructions for this. So here's the pieces. So let's take one of these, okay, and then one of these, okay, like that, and then we take one of these like this, and then one of those like that, and that is the block that we're making. That's what we're doing, and we're going to be doing that for all of the different colors. So I'm going to go ahead and lay these out now, one on top of the other, so then that way it makes it a little bit easier for us to sew them together. So we're going to grab this one here, and this one here, like that, okay, and then this one here, that one here. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of piling them up on top of each other, so then I can kind of sew them all up all at one time. This one, with that one, and this one, with that one. Ouch, this one, with that one. This one, with that one. Almost. Last one. This one. This one. This one. With this one. Okay. So now what I can do is I can actually flip this one over onto that one, sew it, flip this one over onto that one, sew it, and I can just keep doing that as a chain piece. So that's what we're going to do. I know, it's so super cute. I know, it's super cute. So I'm going to move these just off camera for you guys, a little bit closer over here for me. Put this there. And so we're going to go ahead and get started with this. So we're going to flip that one onto this one. And then sew them up together. Looks like you do have one seam that you're going to need to match up. Not a big deal. If you had followed the pressing instructions, it probably would have nested really nicely. So I'm just going to be careful and make sure that they nest up the way I want them to. And then I'm going to take the bottom one and sew the bottom one up. Same thing, one more seam up to nest. Couple. And then line it back up again. There we go. Grab this one. So I'm just going to keep going through and do one after another. This is what they call chain piecing, where you just take all the same blocks together and you don't take them off the machine, you just sew them one right after the other. It does save a little bit of time. You just have to be careful and make sure that you're keeping your pieces oriented correctly, which is kind of why I lay everything out the way I did. So then that way it stays the way I need it to. So then take the bottom. Like that. We're making 2 blocks of each fabric type, and there are 3 fabric types for a total of 12 blocks. Fern says she likes to chain piece. She says she thinks it goes faster. I agree with you, Fern. I think it does too. I really do. I think it goes much faster. I try to find ways to chain piece whenever I can. Even when it comes to cutting it as well, I try to cut all like together and things like that. So then that way it kind of saves a little bit of time. There we go. So I don't have a whole lot of information for you guys yet on the members only project. I don't know what days we're going to be doing it or things like that. I haven't really come up with a schedule for it yet. It will likely be a during the week type of a situation. It will probably be live streams for it will probably be live streams. But I will probably post some more information on our community page for members only so that you guys know what we're doing and kind of what we're after. If you guys wanted to join along, you're welcome to do so, obviously. But it'll just kind of be my way of, you know, really thanking you guys. Like I said, this whole project was funded by the members of this channel, the people that have signed up for memberships. So I feel it's only fair to give them something a little extra special. So I got my first YouTube check just recently, and that's what I used to purchase the fabrics for it. Now to stack my cakes with cream filling, Sandra says. Oh well. She must be talking about her layer cakes that she was cutting up. Fern wants to know, Danny, do you like Annie's quilt kits? Well, Fern, this is a block of the month project. This Annie's Quilt Kit Club is a block of the month project. It's not a box of fabrics that I'm doing or that kind of a thing. So it is a little bit different. So far, I'm okay with it. I mean, it's way different than cotton cuts. Way different because, you know, you got to cut all the pieces yourself and things like that. But I haven't had any bad experiences with it yet. But I'm only on block 2. So I can't really say with 100% certainty if I do or don't like it. I know that they offer a bunch of different options to choose from, and I know I've heard from some people that some of their experiences have not been as positive as I would like to hear. But this is a block of the month program, so it could be that it's just different, you know. So far I've had a positive experience with it. But who knows? Who knows? You know, you just never know. I mean, obviously Cotton Cuts is amazing, and I love them, and we will be going back to them again very soon for something else. Not for Flyaway, but probably for the next one. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Cotton Cuts. I'm not abandoning them in any way, shape, or form. I just wanted to try something new, and I absolutely fell in love with this particular pattern. I thought it was beautiful. So I wanted to give it a try. All right. Excuse me. So now, because this one's going to have a corner seam where all 4 pieces are going to meet up together, I'm not going to go ahead and press these open. I'm going to press them to one side. I'm sorry, my nose itches. I'm going to actually finger press them to one side, so then that way I can kind of do the pinwheel in the corners. So I'm going to go ahead and press this one this way, and then this one this way. Fern says she's been thinking about trying cotton cuts. Fern, if you're going to try a block of the month program that is not a huge dollar investment, it's right around the $20 to $22 a month mark. If you're looking for something like that, cotton cuts is definitely the way to go. And it's a really easy one too, because everything's already pre-cut for you. Everything's already pre-cut. All you got to do is sew the pieces together. So it's very, I strongly encourage it to anyone. The Annie's quilt kits, this one has been proving to be a bit more challenging because you do have to cut all of the pieces yourself. You have to cut all of the pieces yourself. You have to do all of the sewing and trimming down yourself. So it does take much, much longer to do that. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I wouldn't necessarily say that's negative. It's just different. It just makes it different. That's all. Okay, let's go ahead and sew these up. There are some matching seams again here, so I'm kind of glad that I went ahead with an open seam on the individual pieces. So, all right, so then we're going to push this one this way. And then flip this one this way. Make sure that center really nests up very well. That's why I'm going to do this center one as a back and forth, to make sure that that one nests up perfectly. Which it does. I mean, it really does. So if you're, if you're struggling a little bit with your cutting skills, I wouldn't necessarily recommend one of these kits just yet. These Annie's quilt kits just yet. Because you do have to cut all the pieces yourself. And they only give you so much fabric. They do give you extra. They 100% give you extra, but they do not give you enough extra to be able to cut all of the pieces again. So there's that. So there's that. But if you're looking for something that's just kind of quick, easy, and fun to put together, and you're okay with not knowing what it is you're making right away, and you're kind of having a little bit of fun with that type of a scenario, then cotton cuts is most definitely the way to go. Definitely the way to go. There's that one. Alright. Hi, baby. Are you coming back to say hello? Hi. Mommy still doesn't have any snacks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I still don't have any. Can you come and say hi? Can you come say hi? Hi. Oh, okay. I don't have any snacks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They can't even see you because of my Zoom camera. They can't even see you on camera. Careful. Careful over by the pedal. Oh, what? That must have been ice. There's a gutter right here in this corner on the outside of the house, and it fills with ice, and so that was probably ice falling. Because it is going to be 40 degrees outside today. So we have lots of chunks of ice that are probably going to be falling down. Usually Mr. Wizard goes outside and knocks them down so that they don't fall and hurt anybody. Especially out in the backyard where the dogs are at. He usually goes out there and knocks them down. Line these up. There we go. Next one. Terry, thank you for throwing that link up there. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not part of their subscription club, which is like, you know, boxes of fabric and stuff. I'm just not big into that. I don't mind doing the cotton gut cuts one that's a countdown to Christmas. I don't mind doing that one. But the other ones, I don't go through fabric that fast to be part of that kind of a club. And I don't know. I just don't think that the quality of fabrics on all of those would necessarily be the greatest all the time. So I don't do those types of things. But this one is a block of the month club, which I feel like is a little bit of a different scenario. Because it's actually a project. You know, it's fabrics that are specific to that project. Oops. So it's a little different, I think. But yeah, if you're not really comfortable with your cutting skills, this is probably not a project I would recommend just yet. I am gaining more and more confidence with my cutting skills and my cutting abilities, so that's kind of why I decided to do this project. Was more of a challenge for myself, and I am very, very careful when I'm cutting the pieces because, again, you're going to have a limited amount of fabric to work with. But so far, I think I've been doing pretty good. But that's also one of the reasons why I'm not cutting this fabric on camera, because I don't want to be distracted and make a mistake. So I'm very careful with it. If it was a project where I had bought the yardage for it, or I had bought, or I was working with a pre-cut piece or something, then I might be more, then I'm usually more willing to cut it on camera, because if I do make a mistake, I have my own extra fabric that I can work with to do it, or I just buy extra fabric to make it work. You know, that's a little bit of a different situation. So, but so far I'm liking it. So far my experience has been positive. But again, only on block 2, so who knows. Sandra says, my gutter should be empty today due to the 50 degrees. Yeah, ours, it's up to 44. We're going to have a high of 44 degrees today, which is crazy because it's been in the single digits all week. So yeah, I'm imagining a lot of hearing ice crashing. A lot of ice crashing today, and creaks and pops from outside from all the water. Last one we're sewing up, and then we're going to go ahead and press these open. And we will have made the blocks for today. So let's take a look and see what we've got. We do need to press them. There we go. This to the side. I'm going to go ahead and turn the zoom camera off. We don't really need it now. Let's go ahead and flip that over. There we go. Now if the baby comes back in, you guys will be able to see her. If she comes back in to visit, she's been in here 3 times today. That's odd for her. Usually she just comes in the one time, so the other ones must be ignoring her. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 blocks total. So let's go ahead and iron these up. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Ivy wants treats. Yes, she does. She's very treat motivated. Very treat motivated. Yes. Very, very treat motivated. 100%. That is her motivation, is treats. Yes. In fact, she heard us say treats, and now she's coming down all. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and try and do the pinwheel approach with these, which it's still a little bit of a challenge for me sometimes. So it's a new technique for me that I have not used often, but I am learning how to do it more and more, so I'm trying to get better at it. So we're gonna press this side down, and then this side down, this side down, like that. Oops. Press it. Alright. Off to the side. Perfect pinwheel. Yay. Now I have 5 more to go. Here she comes, LOL. Yeah, she didn't come all the way down. She stopped, so something distracted her. But I don't have any treats to give her, so. I could tease her, but I don't like to do that. I don't like to tease them. So cute. There we go. Alright. Next one. There we go. Oh, I forgot to show you guys what the actual block looks like. Ooh, all the lighting. Wow. Hold on. That is a lot of lighting. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. There we go. That's what the block looks like. There you go. It'll be easier to see with the darker colors. Terry says, Danny, I'm seeing the back of your blocks. You do an excellent job with your seams. Never look at mine, please. Well, thank you for that, Terry. Because I do not feel like I do a great job with my seams. But I appreciate that compliment. Thank you very much. I will take it and run with it because I appreciate that. But yeah, no, I don't feel like I do. I've tried. I try to make them as flat as I can. You know, and I take extra care with my seams because I don't long arm my own projects. I send them to a long arm, and the last thing I want to do is make their job more difficult. And you know, it can be very difficult to long arm a quilt if the seams don't lay flat because the machine will actually catch on them. The machine can catch on them the same way it catches on anything else. So we just have to be. So I try to be as careful as I can. I know that my long arm is awesome. Like, she will actually manipulate seams if she can as well. And she trims them down and she kind of preps it herself. So, and I've seen her do that. And I truly appreciate that level of detail that she takes to things. And she doesn't charge any extra for that. That's all part of her service. So I truly appreciate that. But I do try to make her job easier if I can. And she has mentioned to me before that she likes working on my projects compared to some of her other clients. Because they're easier to work with. And I feel like that just warms me up from the inside out. Because I'm like, aw, thank you. I'm like, because I really try to make it as easy as I can for her. Because the last thing I want. A long arm would send my former quilt up back, no doubt. I mean, I've had a couple of them like that. Like, I've even went back to her, like, I am so sorry. Like, I tried. I really tried. She's like, it's okay. It's fine. So... there we go. Here's our next one here. We're going to pull this one. There we go. So what I'm doing is I'm doing an up-down pinwheel in this corner to try and get those corners to line up really nicely. And it seems to be working out really nicely, especially with all of the other seams being pressed open. There is no real large bulk to it. So I'm actually really happy with this. With the way these are turning out. Especially after intersecting seams that my machine can plow through, but not every machine can. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, your machines are a little bit more heavy duty even than mine, Terry, and so mine is a little bit delicate. She doesn't always like the seams, the bulk. And I've told you guys this many times before. My machine struggles a little bit with the bulk if it gets to be a little bit too big. If there's too many layers there, and so I just have to be careful with it. There we go. So lay that down there. Here's another fabric color. This one, ooh, okay, with the white. This one's another fabric one. You can kind of see the thimble a little bit, the thimble pattern there a little bit. This dark purple one, it'll be really easy to see. Here's the purple. There you go, that one. Wow, that one looks perfect, doesn't it? Wow, it is not perfect, but it looks like it's perfect. And we're gonna take the win. But yeah, that's what the actual block looks like. There you go. Patty says very cute. Thank you, Patty. Yeah, so I mean, I'm really liking this pattern. I'm really liking the instructions to make the blocks are not difficult. They're very easy. Even the cutting instructions are not difficult. They're easy. But because there is a lot of cutting. There's a lot of cutting. So you do have to be kind of on your game when it comes to cutting. So if you're struggling a little bit with your confidence on cutting, this may not be the best block of the month project for you. You might want to look at more of something that's more pre-cut. Cotton Cuts is not the only company out there that offers pre-cut options. In fact, the Annie's Quilt Clubs do have a pre-cut option for some of their fabric, for some of their patterns as well. The thing with the Cotton Cut stuff is it's a mystery quilt. You don't know what you're making, and that's half the fun of it. And the price points are really, really nice. Like, especially for something that's already pre-cut, their price points are amazing. You know, I think the one I looked at for Annie's, because I thought about doing one, it was like $45 a month, which, you know, it sounds like a lot, but if you think about the amount of time it takes to cut the fabric and they include the backing fabric on their projects, Cotton Cuts does not, so that's how the prices come down a little bit. You know, it's not quite apples to apples when you're comparing it to a Cotton Cuts project, so you have to take that stuff into account as well. All right, one more. But I am liking this particular project so far. Will I sign up for another one? Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I'm still looking at all the ones that are coming out. There was one that just came out recently that looks beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. But it was a little pricey. It's a big quilt, really detailed, but it was like $45 a month, which is, you know, that's a little steep. That's a little bit steep. My Fabric Addiction has pre-cut kits. Oh, thank you for that, Terry. That's awesome. Yeah, so there's another option for you if you like Cotton Cuts, but you don't like the idea of not being able to know what you're making. You know, if you have too much anxiety from that, you can look into other pre-cut options. The very first quilt that I signed up for with Cotton Cuts, which is this one here. This quilt right here was my very first one that I did for Cotton Cuts. There was definitely a certain level of anxiety with not knowing what I was getting myself into. Not just necessarily even with the quilting part of it or with the sewing part of it, because I was very, very new to the quilting hobby. It wasn't even so much that as it was, I'm paying... At that time, I think it was like $19 a month or something. I'm paying $19 a month for a 10-month commitment, and I have no idea what it's going to look like. That was a hard pill for me to swallow. That very first one, that was a really hard pill for me to swallow, and basically it came down to faith. it came down to having faith in the other content creators that I was watching and their love for this company and their love for this project. And looking at the Facebook group for cotton cuts and seeing some of the previous quilts that had been made and seeing how pretty those were. And then it just came down to a leap of faith. And it was one of those things where it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna put this together, and if it turns out I don't like it, just like anything else, if it turns out I don't like it, I'll gift it away. I'll gift it to somebody else, so then that way I don't have to look at it. But I was not disappointed. In the end, it turned out I was not disappointed at all. I absolutely love it. As you can see, it's still here. This is my absolute favorite colors. And they have yet to come up with another one that's the same colorway. So I kept that one for myself. And I will keep that one for myself for sure. But I've made 4 or 5 more since then. Because I really, truly liked it. And I kind of let go of that level of control when it came to the project, and I just trusted the process, and it turned out to be well worth it. Now I understand the flyaway is completely something different than they've done before, with regards to kind of there being this mirrored quilting layout. So I'm excited to see that. I love to live vicariously through you guys, to see what that turns out to be, and things like that. Lori says, pretty color block. Oh, thank you, Lori. That's so kind of you. Thank you. Yes, it's very pretty. I'm very happy with this block. It is very, very pretty. I love this dark colored one. It really makes it easy for you guys to see it on the camera. And I've told you guys before, I'm getting bad. I've been bad at taking pictures of these. So I'm trying to take pictures of them while I'm on the live stream so that we can share them on our Facebook and our community page. So I'm going to do this right now. So that you guys are here. You're my witness. You're seeing me do it. I'm going to do it right here, right now. So I'm just going to lay this one down there. That one down there. Like that. So if you guys are members of our Facebook group, then you will see this here posted in just a moment. Because I'm going to do it right now. Do it right now. Oh, that doesn't need to be there. Go over to our Facebook group here and say today's blocks for our number 2 block. Norfolk Wild Meadow. Hashtag Annie's Kit. Annie's Kit Club. Is it Club Kits or Kit Club? Somebody help me. Club. I'll do Annie's Club. There we go. And then also hashtag Moda, because it is a Moda fabric line. There we go. Oops, spelled hour wrong. There we go. Alright, it is on our Facebook group. Yay! I'm getting better. Getting better. Yes, Terry, I did see Gladys's elephant. It was absolutely amazing. She did an amazing job. I couldn't tell her enough how amazing it was. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, Sandra, I'm both happy and sad to hear that at the same time. Yes, Vicky was a member of our channel. She's actually, if you still do the exclamation point top, she may still be in our top list. But I'm sorry to hear that her husband has joined her, but at the same time I'm also happy that he has joined her, because hopefully they're both happier together now. My kind of gal. Yeah, do it right now so I don't forget. Yeah, Lori says she's got to do some chores. No problem, Lori. We're just finishing up the stream. Anyway, we actually finished this up with a little bit of time left. We got about 20 minutes or so left. I love your fabrics. I can see them better on Facebook. Yeah, I know. I know. It's like, it's all the lighting here. Like, I've been trying to mess with the cameras. I actually was messing with the camera settings today, trying to figure out how to get them to look right, and I give up. I give up. I've got really high quality cameras. I've got really high quality lights. I give up. I think part of it is Streamlabs. I think that's part of the problem. What happened to Nick? Yeah. So I am trying to get better at posting things on our Facebook and our Instagram pages, just because I know that there are some people that can't always join us for the live streams, and some people that don't join us on YouTube at all but still follow our journeys. So I am trying to get better about that. I'm always asking you guys to post things on our Facebook group, and I'm not doing the same. So I need to start setting a better example, and so that's why from now on, I am going to try my best to take the pictures at the end of every stream and post them right on there, so that I don't forget. That's what I'm trying to do. And I do have my Facebook and my Instagram connected up together, so I think when I post on Facebook, it automatically goes to Instagram, or vice versa. I'll have to double check on that. But I am trying to do that a little bit more, and be a little bit more social media friendly. I'm not a big social media person as it is. I really go on Facebook for ideas. I don't really go on there for anything else other than that. If you guys were to look at my page, you'd see it's all quilting. Quilting and puppies, that's all it is. And there's a family post every once in a while, but for the most part, it's just quilting and puppies. But I am trying to be a little bit more conscious about that with regards to social media, to encourage us to make new friends and things like that, and encourage us all to kind of be a little bit different. She says, I tried to Ohio, only handle it once. So I try to do things right away. You and me both, Theory. I agree with you. I've learned to stop being a procrastinator and just do it right away. Do it while you're thinking about it, because otherwise you will forget. Because I have a horrendous memory. Absolutely horrendous. I write everything down. I have to write everything down, and I have to do it right away, because otherwise I will never get to it. So that I am with you on that as well. Sylvia says, have a great day, everyone. No problem, Sylvia. You have a great day, too. We're just kind of hang out for a few minutes here. But you have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I really appreciate that. Jerry says, I'd rather do it instead of making lists. LOL. Fair. That's fair. I don't always have time to do things right away, and I don't always remember to do them later, so I do have a lot of lists. But that's fair. That's totally fair. So my plan for this evening is I do have a quilt that I need to finish doing the binding on. I've done it on one side. Now I need to flip it over and do it on the other side. So hopefully I'll remember to post pictures of that. And then so once that's done, then I'll be going on to our channel, and I will be setting up our schedule for March. I'm going to be kind of busy in March. I've got some things I got to do to help my kids out with some things before graduation. So March is going to be a little bit of a busy month. April, things will kind of settle down for a little bit. And then May, May is busy. Like, I am not sure how I am going to get anything done in May. But we are going to try. So keep an eye on the channel. Keep an eye on our Facebook group for the schedule. Sundays are a given. We are going to do almost every Sunday in March. There is one Sunday that I'm going to be skipping, and that is the 22nd of March, and that is because the day before is the girl's birthday, so I'm going to actually be with them, spending the day with them, so I'll probably be recovering on Sunday. I'm not even sure if I'll be in town or not. It just depends on how the weekend goes. So that weekend I probably won't have a Sunday live stream. I'll let you guys know for sure here soon. And then the After Dark edition for March, I have to look and see. It almost looks like we might have to skip it After Dark edition for March, simply because I think I've run out of Saturdays. I'm going to have to look at the calendar again, but we're going to have to do something kind of different with the After Dark edition for March. And for May. We may have to skip them for those months just because there's got so much going on. I haven't looked at the calendar 100% yet to try and figure that out. That's something I'm going to be doing this afternoon, so make sure you keep an eye on the channel for that. And of course, I post everything on Facebook for you guys too, so you know that it's there also. And I've been trying to do a better job of doing it in the community page as well. I've got a lot of things I'm trying to do different. So there's a bit much that I try to do different all at one time. So, but we're trying things like that. So we'll get there. Lori says, how do you not procrastinate? I live like that. LOL. Yeah, I mean, I try not to, but it happens. It totally happens. 5 Saturdays in March. Oh, well, then maybe it'll be okay. It might have to go till the end of the month, but we'll have to wait and see. Because I think 3 of the 5 are already booked up. I know that for sure. So we'll have to see. But yeah, things are going to be picking up here. I was hoping to start another new project in March, but I might push it off to April. I don't know yet. We'll see. I will be starting the members only project. As you guys have been teased by this box sitting here. That one will be starting soon. I don't have an official schedule for that yet. That's one of the other things I want to do this afternoon after I finish that quilt top. We'll see. So anyway, that is it for folks. Heading to the store. Have a good week. No problem, Patty. You too. Yep, we're gonna take it off here ourselves as well. So thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I think Lucas fell asleep. Terry, that's a distinct possibility. That or he had to leave to run errands or something. I don't know. He might have said something and I missed it. Who knows? But either way, friends, thank you again so much for hanging out with me this weekend. I truly appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me last Thursday as well. We had a great time putting our block together. That block is gorgeous. I can't wait till next month. Next month, for our block party videos, we're going to be working on our very first paper piecing project. It should be fairly simple to do, but it is probably going to take us a little bit longer than the live stream will allow. So there may need to be some time after the stream that you're going to need to continue to do some work. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, thank you again, guys, for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for being part of the group and part of the community. Make sure if you guys are working on projects, please go over to our Facebook group and share pictures of them over there with us. I love being able to see what you guys are coming up with and what you guys are working on. It really keeps me motivated and gives me more ideas of things to work on and stuff like that. So I really truly appreciated that. If you guys are able, if you do Instagram, you can also tag us on Instagram. Our handle on Instagram is a little bit different. It's So Not an Expert with a YT on the end of it for YouTube, because there are other ones out there, shockingly enough. So if you're going to do that, make sure you tag me that way on it. That way I can see what you're working on there as well. But otherwise, you guys have a great rest of your weekend, rest of your week. I hope you enjoy the beautiful weather, and we will see you again next week. Bye for now. Tell me, baby, please, why you gonna stick around? 'Cause all my time's for you. Just tell me that you want me to. I've been looking at you from rising. And all these lights are dim compared to you. I've been falling, 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 falling. And keep me coming, coming, coming.